Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good evening, Rob. Good evening.
How's it? How are you? Is everyone well?
Baruch Hashem.
Good. So who's with us? I see Jeff with us, Orna with us. I see Ivor with us. Who else with us?
Yes,
I see there's
Anthony's
Anthony
with
with us. I see Stephen with us. I see Frank joining, and Frank and Stephen gonna join us any minute. Good evening, everyone. We in Parashat Shelach on Shabbos. We're gonna read.
You could sign in, you know.
Let me mute 1 second. I need to mute. There's a lot of noise at the back. I'm muted. Okay, everyone muted. Just now, Jeffrey, don't forget to unmute yourself. Parashat Shelach Lecha. It's quite a said parsha. The Parashat Shelach Lecha. It's the parsha that we learn that caused the 40 years that we're going to live in the wilderness until the people from the age of 20 to the age of 60 will die, except 2 people that are going to enter the land of Eretz Israel. But before we start, maybe there is any question. There is any question, Rabotai? Any question? You unmute yourself. Don't forget to unmute yourself if you want to ask question. No. There is no question. We'll just wait another minute or 2 just to allow more people to come through, and then we'll start Be'ezrat Hashem the show. No question. Okay, I think that we're going to start. If people going to join us, they're going to join late, so they're going to join late. So Be'ezrat Hashem, I would like to dedicate the show in the soul of Esther Kaden Bat Kitzia, מרדכי בן רחמה, הרב אברהם חיים בן אליעזר יעקב, תמר בת זהבה, יעקב סלומון בן פרחה, דבורה רות בת בילה, שושה בלימה בת מרדכי בצלאל, דוד בן מסעודה, מלכה רג'ינה בת ג'ויה, קטי גורג'יה בת פרחה. Please God that the show will uplift themselves, especially to David ben Masouda, שהיום יום פקידת שנתו. That's my grandfather. I would like to dedicate the show in help of Menashe Naji Ben Fahma, Liora Bat Miriam. Hello, Mark. Rav Moshe Ben Bayaratia, Rav Moshe Ben Devora, Rav Abraham Ben Marina, Rav Shlomo Yehuda Ben Dalia, Dvora Bat Esther, Orna Bluma Bat Miriam, Sheina Keila Bat Hana, Mordechai David Ben Leah, Haim Nahum, HaKohen Ben Pesareza, Ahuva Kaden Bat Tali Esther, Baruch Ben Sarah Tzvi Ben Hava, Shmuel Meir Ben Shosha Blima, Miriam Bat Zelda Liba, Moshe Avram Ben Henariva, Chaya Tzipora Bat Rachel, Ayala Eden Bat Rivka, Tova Liba Bat Rachel, Yoshua Haim Ben Hayalea, וכל שאר חולי ופצועי עמו בית ישראל. בעזרת השם נעשה ונצליח, והשם עלינו ברחמיו ירוויח. Okay, we're going to start the show. I'm going to mute everyone. Is everyone muted? Yeah, except Jeffrey. We're going to start Parashat Shelach Lecha, chapter 13, verse 1 and verse 2. We're going to read. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, שלח לך אנשים ויתורו את ארץ כנען, אשר אני נותן לבני ישראל, איש אחד, איש אחד. למטה אבותיו תשלחו כל נשיא בהם. בכבוד.
Hashem spoke to Moshe saying, send forth men, if you please, and let them spy out the land of Canaan that I give to the children of Israel. One man each from his father's tribe shall you send, everyone a leader among them.
Okay. Here we learn, first of all, we have to understand that here HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't command Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu himself didn't want to send a spy. Like it says in Sefer Dvarim, it said specifically that what's happened, that the nation of Israel asked Moshe Rabbeinu, listen, we want to know how the land of Eretz Israel is. Therefore, we want to send people to the land of Eretz Israel. We want to make sure the land, to know the land that we go in, how good is the land or how bad is the land. HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't want. What happened? They come to Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu asked the Almighty. The Almighty said, if you want to send them, send them. I'm not telling you to send them. Me personally, I'm telling you, I don't want people to go. If I'm telling them to go to the land of Eretz Israel, that means that the land of Eretz Israel is good enough. They want to see it in their eyes, let them go. That's on the pshat of the Dvarim. But Rabotai, the previous parasha was, last week we read Parashat Be'alotcha. This Shabbos we're going to read Parashat Shelach Lecha. And many of the Mefarshim ask, what is the connection between Parashat Shelach Lecha, okay, to the previous parasha Be'alotcha? What's the connection? So Rashi HaKadosh, Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki, born in the city of Troa. Troa is the north of France. He born 983 years ago. And he says, and he actually bring the Midrash Tanhuma. The Midrash Tanhuma, it's a Midrash that's written by the sage Rabbi Tanhuma. And Rabbi Tanhuma explained that in the end of the parsha, in the end of last parsha that we read last Shabbos, what does it say? The Torah tells us that Miriam, the sister of Moshe Rabbeinu, spoke lashon hara about him, and she got the leprosy. Kiblat Sarat. Sarat is not a leprosy; it's actually a spiritual sickness. Okay, and because she spoke lashon hara, she been punished with Sarat. Come the Midrash Tanhuma and say the Meraglim should make 1 and 1. If the sister of Moshe Rabbeinu, that all she say that regarding the Isha Kushit, and she been punished, how come that Moshe Rabbeinu leaving can it be Moshe not going to be with the wife? So say the Mefarshim, say Midrash Tanhuma, just by saying it that Moshe left Miriam, she got leprosy. They should understand that now that they go in the land of Eretz Israel, the land that the Almighty promised them, they must speak lashon hara. But they didn't. And that's later on, they've been punished. We'll speak about the punishment. I don't know if today, because I have a different plan, because the punishment was different. Maybe we'll speak about it in another time. So that's the connection between the parashot. But what are we learning from here? What are we learning from here? We have to understand what are we learning. The Mefarshim explained that you learn from here something very important. You learn that you're not allowed to speak even lashon hara about the land of Eretz Israel. You have to be careful what you're speaking about the land of Eretz Israel. And that's the message here. Now let's continue and let's see what it says. Shelach lecha anashim vayaturu et eretz Canaan asher ani noten libnei Israel Ish Echad, Ish Echad. One man, one man. And many of the Mefarshim ask, why is the verse repeat himself? That means one the same verse, it's mentioned Ish Echad, Ish Echad. What, not enough to say one man? It's not enough to say one man. You have to repeat, tell me one man, one man. What's the Hidush? That Shaila been asked by the Maharhu. Who was the Maharhu? Maharhu was Rabbi Chaim Vital. Rabbi Chaim Vital, born in a city of Tzfat. He born around 481 years ago, plus minus. He was the main student of Rabbeinu Ari HaKadosh. And he said like this. He said something extraordinary. He said here the Torah hinting to us who's going to be entering the land of Eretz Israel. So the Torah already telling us Ish Echad, Ish Echad. By that she mentioned the word Ish Echad twice to tell you that only two people from all the generation of the wilderness going to merit to enter the land of Eretz Israel. And who they're going to be? We know Yeshua ben Nun and Kalev ben Yefuneh. And that's what say the Maharhu. The Maharhu said that actually the Torah here giving us the remes, the hint. What is the remes? The remes is that only two people will enter the land of Eretz Israel. I saw another commentary of Rabbi Yehuda el-Baz. Rabbi Yehuda el-Baz, born in Morocco, he born around 253 years ago, and he born in the city of Sofo. And he says something very interesting. And he said like this, listen what he said. He said, by that it said Ish Echad, Ish Echad, here the Torah come to into us a different thing. Not who's going to enter the land of Eretz Israel, who's going to be the two people from the spy that not going to speak Lashon Hara about Eretz Israel. So from that it say Ish Echad, Ish Echad, one man, the Torah repeated, it's come to teach us different idea. There is here a hint to us, the remes. What was the remes? That who, according to the Maharhu, who's going to be the two that's going to enter the land of Eretz Israel? According to Rabbi Yehuda el-Baz, who's going to be the two that not going to speak Lashon Hara about the land of Eretz Israel? And that's the Hidush here. Let's move to verse 3. And here we see that we're going to actually read it, and I'm going to contradict what's happening, and then we resolve it. Be'ezrat Hashem. We do she'ela, we bring a kasha, and then we bring the tirutz. Be'ezrat Hashem. In verse 3, the Torah tells us, "Vayishlach otam Moshe mimidbar paran al pi Adonai kulam anashim rashi bnei Israel hemma."
Moshe sent them forth from the wilderness of Paran at Hashem's command. They were all distinguished men. Heads of the children of Israel were they.
Okay. On the Pshat of the Dvarim, the Torah tells us that the 12 spies was ahead, each one of them was ahead of a tribe. What does it mean? A prince of a tribe. On a pshat of that way. But we need to understand why does the Torah tell us that they're prince? We know. The Zohar HaKadosh on our Parsha tell us something very interesting. The Zohar say that here, by that the Torah tell us kulam anashim, that they're all men, okay? Rashi Bnei Israel, the head of the tribe of Israel, to tell you that each one of those 12 spies was a righteous man. Righteous man. Come, Rabbeinu Behaye ben Asher. He born in the city of Saragossa in Spain. And he born around 768 years ago. In his commentary on the Torah, he said, how can you say that? How can the Zohar say that each member, each head of the tribe was a righteous man. Tzaddikim. How can you say that? We know that Moshe Rabbeinu saw in the Holy Spirit, in Ruach HaKodesh, that 10 of them gonna speak Lashon Hara about the land of Eretz Israel. So how you, the Zohar HaKadosh, come and tell me that all those people are righteous? How can you say that? It doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit, because we know that Moshe Rabbeinu saw that there was 10 of them going to speak Lashon Hara, not all of them, most of them. So how can you tell me that they're all tzaddikim? That's the kashya that Rabbeinu Behaye Ben Asher asked on a Zohar. I saw a beautiful answer of Rabbi Avraham Abu Hatzera. Rabbi Avraham Abu Hatzera, born in Morocco around 108 years ago. Okay, he's from the same dynasty of the family of the Abu Hatzera family. And he said, to answer that, I'll tell you how you can answer that. And to show that there is no shaila, there is no kushia. He said, look at the Gemara in Masechet Kedushim and page 40, folio 1. Hazal tell us something extraordinary. Machshava ra'a, HaKadosh Baruch Hu eno metzarfa lema'aseh. That means a bad thought. If a person have a bad thought and he planning to do something wrong, HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't consider it as an avera yet. Only when he done the avera, that's considered for him as something wrong. That's the Gemara in Masechet, remember Kedushim, for page 40, folio 1. Say from here, say Rabbi Avraham Abu Hatzera, you can answer. In that time, nachon that Moshe Rabbeinu saw that the Meraglim, the 10 spies, going to speak Lashon Hara about Eretz Israel. There's no question about that. He knew they're going to speak Lashon Hara. But they didn't speak yet Lashon Hara. If they didn't speak Lashon Hara, it didn't consider like they done the Avera. If they didn't done the Avera, they consider as tzaddikim. Only when they spoke later on, after they gone to the land of Eretz Israel and came back, and brought the report that they spoke Lashon Hara, that's considered as a Rashaim. So you learn from here something very interesting, said Rabbi Avraham Abu Hatzera. And that time, nachon that they spoke, nachon that they have a thought, but they didn't speak. Therefore, they concern as a tzaddikim. When they become Rashaim, only after they spoke, like Rabbeinu Behaye said, nachon that you knew in Ruach HaKodesh, but they didn't speak. What do you learn from it? We learn from it something very important, that the Torah comes to teach us a principle, that you cannot judge a person until he done the Avera. When do you judge the person? When you decide if he's Rasha or not Rasha, if he done the Avera or not. If he didn't done the Avera, he's not considered as a Rasha. That's that he have bad thought. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't join it, doesn't consider it like you done the Avera. When it's considered that you made the Avera, only when you done the action, not the thought. Listen to that. That's the beautiful idea of Rabbeinu Avraham Abu Hatzera. How did he take the Zohar? How did he take Rabbeinu Behaye and put them both together and explain that? Do you understand? What a beautiful. Okay, now, today I'm going to spend quite a bit of time about the next verse. The next verse is verse 16, okay? And in verse 16, we're going to read something very interesting. Look what it says in verse 16. In verse 16, אלה שמות האנשים אשר שלח משה לתור את הארץ, ויקרא משה להושע בן נון יהושע.
These are the names of the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land. Moshe called Hoshua, the son of Nun, Joshua.
Okay. Here we see something very interesting. According to the Pshat of the Dvarim, Rabota, I'm going to do here Pshat, Remes, Drash, Sod. Pshat, Remes, Drash, Sod, the Pardes. We're going to go stage by stage to understand what's happening. Why Moshe Rabbeinu add up a latest yud to Yoshua bin Nun, okay, and he davened for him. And why he didn't daven for his brother-in-law? Who was his brother-in-law from the spy? Kalev ben Yefuneh. Kalev ben Yefuneh married Miriam. Okay, Miriam Haneviyah, that was the sister of Moshe Rabbeinu. So the Mefarshim asked, wait, I don't understand. You davening for Yoshua bin Nun, and you eating up the latest Yud. Why Dafka Yud? We're going to bring the Gemara, what Hazal say in the Gemara in Masechet Sota, in page 34, folio 2. We're going to bring it all. We're going to take the written Torah. We're going to do oral Torah. We bring the secret of the Torah. We'll do it all together. We're going to make, Be'ezrat Hashem, a nice explanation according to the Pshat, Remes, Drash, Sod. Come the Mefarshim, and top of them standing as Zera Shimshon, Rabbi Shimshon Haim Nachmani. He born in the city of Modena in the north of Italy 317 years ago. He said, I don't understand. Moshe Rabbeinu, your brother-in-law also going with a spy. You're not davening for him. You're not adding up a letter for what? There is no protection for family? Let them vitamin P. And if you're already doing it to Yeshua, do it also to your brother-in-law. No. Why dafka to Yeshua? So Rashi HaKadosh bring the Gemara in Masechet Sota in page 34, folio 2. And Rashi say that Moshe Rabbeinu add up the latest Yud to the name of Hoshea, and it's become Yehoshua. The Gemara Hazal and the Gemara say, why did he add up the latest Yud? Because he have in his name already the latest Hey. Now that you adding up the latest Yud is the name of the Almighty, Yud K. Yeha Yoshiacha me'etzat hameraglim. Yeha, it's mean the Almighty. Yoshialcha, that he will give you salvation from the bad thought of the meraglim. That's the pshat of that Dvarim. Now let's go deep, slowly to understand. Why does it have to be really Yud K? Why Yud K? And what does it mean, Yoshiacha me'etzat hameraglim? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give you enough wisdom and salvation not to follow the spy, not to speak Lashon Hara. Rabotai, we're going to do Gematria. I promise our friend Jeffrey that we're going to do Gematria because he tell me he loves Gematria. So today we'll do a lot of Gematria and bring quite a bit of Gematria. Yud K. What is the Gematria of Yud? Is 10. K is the letters Hey, 5. What does it mean, Yud K? Ge'ava. Yud K, symbol Ge'ava. The Gematria of Ge'ava, it's Yud K. What's the connection? Come, Rabbi Shimshon Haim Nachmani, that was a great Kabbalistic rabbi. And he says like this, Moshe Rabbeinu was very worried about Yoshua bin Nun, and we'll see why Dafka Yoshua bin Nun. He said that Yoshua bin Nun was very humble. And he was worried that because the 10 spies going to put such a pressure, he going to say, you know what, he's a humble man, he's going to join them and he doesn't want to go against them, doesn't want to argue. No, I don't want to argue. Said the Zera Shimshon, HaKadosh Baruch Hu knew that the Meraglim, you know what was the problem why they spoke Lashon Hara? Because Geava, there was arrogant. Why there was arrogant? Listen to that, Rabotai. How the Mekubalim explain. Each prince, each member of those 10 princes knew that when they're going to enter the land of Eretz Israel, all the yiches, all the privilege, all the honor that they have now in the wilderness, not going to be exist in Eretz Israel. While they're in the wilderness, each one of them is a member, the head of the tribe. You have yiches, you have energy, you have power, you have manipulism, whatever you want to call it. But when they're going to enter the land of Eretz Israel, everyone going to be busy. They're all going to be busy all over. No one going to have time for them. Why? Because each one going to get his own portion of land. No one going to be busy. Moshe Rabbeinu was worried that the Meraglim going to influence who? Yoshua bin Nun. Why did he add up the letters Yud K? That Yud K represent Geava, to kill the Geava that has Shalom that's going to enter to who? To Yoshua bin Nun. He didn't want him. Say the Zera Shimshon, Rabbi Shimshon Haim Nachmani. He said, look, Chazal tell us something very interesting. Chazal tell us, and he explained like this. The Gemara tell us in Masechet Sota, in page 17, folio 1. Ish ve'isha, man and a woman. Shezachu shchina b'neim. What does it mean? A husband and a wife, a man and a wife, that been married, the Shechina dwell in their house. Come, the Ari HaKadosh, he bringing it also in Sha'ar Ruach HaKodesh, Perek Zayin. Sha'ar Ruach HaKodesh, Perek Zayin. Okay, and he said like this. What is the secret between a husband and a wife to have peace and harmony at home? Yud K. How? When you write Ish, you write Aleph, Yud, Shin. The Yud belong to the man. How do you write Isha? Aleph, Shin, Hey. You take the Yud of the Ish and you take the Hey of the wife. That's again 15, Gematria 15, the Geava. He said when the husband and the wife humble one towards each other, they're not arrogant one towards each other, there is peace and harmony at home. Why? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu say, they took my title. My title, they taken. If they taken my title, I have nothing to do there, so I leave them. And if HaKadosh Baruch Hu leave, what's become? There is Aleph of the man, Shin of the man, it's fire. Lo alen. That's going to cause a fire between a husband and a wife. That means Taurus. He said the same here. When said the Ari HaKadosh and bringing it, the Zera Shimshon. When Moshe Rabbeinu realized that Yoshua bin Nun is a humble man, he might going to collapse underneath the pressure that who the Meraglim going to put on him. And the Meraglim might going to put on him such a proud that he also suddenly going to agree, listen, why should I lose? Why should I lose my position? Said the Zera Shimshon, that's why Moshe Rabbeinu daven on Yoshua. Dafka on Yoshua. Because Yoshua was a humble man. Okay. Now, we have to understand why didn't daven for Caleb? Why daven only for Yoshua bin Nun? Caleb was his brother-in-law. Daven for him at least. So the Mefarshim explained like this. Said the Mefarshim, is a beautiful idea. What was the idea? He said, if you take, actually it's brought by the Targum Yonatan ben Oziel, and he explained that Moshe Rabbeinu knew that Yeshua is a humble man. Okay, and the mind going to influence him. Wow, that if you look at Caleb, look at the name. Chav, Lamed, Bet. Split the word, Kulo Lev. He's full of energy. He's full of heart. Yoshua bin Nun was a humble man. Caleb is full of heart, full of energy, full of excitement. Moshe Rabbeinu knew, you know what? Caleb ben Yefuneh, I don't have to worry. He will know how to answer the meraglim, those things. I'm worried about who? About Yoshua bin Nun. Why? Because he's humble. He will agree with them, and in the end, they put underneath pressure, and he might going to agree with them. I need to daven for him. Why daven for him? Why dafka for him? Listen to that hidush that bring the Zerah Shimshon. The Zerah Shimshon revealed to us that the neshamot, the 12 neshamot of the 12 tribes, enter at each member of the spies. Shevet Levy didn't go on to spy. Who gone instead? From the tribe of Yosef, gone to Binyamin and Ephraim. Who was Ephraim? Who was the representative of Shevet Ephraim? Yeshua bin Nun. Who was that? That was the tribe of Levy. Moshe was from the tribe of Levy. Therefore, he have to daven for who? For Yeshua bin Nun. Say, why? Because he need the brocha from the Levy. That Has v'Shalom is not going to speak Lashon Hara. Let's bring now a drash to answer it. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu daven dafka for Yoshua bin Nun and not for Caleb? Listen to the drash. The Mefarshim explain like this. In Parashat Ki Tisa, the Torah tells us in chapter 33, verse 11, Umesharto Yoshua bin Nun, that means that the servant of Moshe Rabbeinu was Yoshua bin Nun, lo yamush min haoel. That means that Yoshua bin Nun was a student of who? Of Moshe Rabbeinu. The Targum Yonatan tells us that he was a humble. Ari HaKadosh tells us that he was a humble. Moshe Rabbeinu was worried because Hazal in the Gemara in Masechet Eruvin 133, folio 1 tell us. Listen what the Torah tells us. Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav. Rabbi Yehuda say, and Rav say. Kol hashone letalmid she'eno hagun nofel begehenam. Say, the sages tell us in the Gemara in Masechet Eruvin something extraordinary. Hazal tell us that if a teacher, if a rabbi teach a student that going to make Avera is not decent student, the punishment of the rabbi to fall where? To go to Gehenna. Moshe Rabbeinu was worried. He was frightened that maybe the influence of the 10 spy going to influence and the pressure on Yoshua that he's going to join him. And if he's going to join him, I'm his rabbi. And if I'm his rabbi and he's going to speak Lashon Hara, Has v'Shalom al Eretz Yisrael, Moshe Rabbeinu will have to go Has v'Shalom to where? To Gehenna. Moshe Rabbeinu said, no. I need to speak about, I need to daven, and I need to bless my student that he's not going to listen to the spy. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu daven and prayed dafka for Yoshua bin Nun. So what's happened with Caleb ben Yefuneh? Rashi HaKadosh explained that Caleb ben Yefuneh saw that Moshe Rabbeinu giving Yeshua the latest Yud. Where is he gone? Listen to that. When they entered the land of Eretz Israel, he gone to Hebron. Hebron is the Eretz Avot, Ir Avot, the land of the forefathers. He gone and he daven on a grave of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, and Adam HaRishon. He asked them, please give me the right words and not to fall to that trap of the 10th spy. And now we can understand why, number one, Moshe Rabbeinu add up the letters Yud, that the Yud is 10. The Hey that he have in his name, it's become Yeha Yoshiacha. That means the Almighty will give you the strength, gonna redeem you from the conspiracy of the Meraglim. And Yud-K, that it's the name of the Almighty, represent what we say, Gematria Geava, to save you from the proud of the Gava of the Meraglim. That's the secret behind it. Why Moshe Rabbeinu add up the letters Yud, okay, to who? To Yoshua bin Nun. Let's move on. I would like, with your permission, to move to verse 19. And here there is a very strange question that Moshe Rabbeinu will asking the spy to look at. Look, and it's like this: Huma haaretz asher hu yoshev ba, hatova hi im ra'a. Huma haarim asher hu yoshev bahem, habamachanaim o bemiftzarim. Bravo.
And how is the land in which it dwells? Is it good or is it bad? And how are the cities in which it dwells? Are they open or are they fortified?
Okay, there is here two questions that Moshe asked. Is the land is good? And is the city in the land of Eretz Israel surrounded with walls, fortifies? And we have to understand what Moshe Rabbeinu asking and what is he hinting to the spies. Let's start with the first question. Moshe Rabbeinu asked the spies, is the land good or the land is bad? The question became, how did you define what is a good land, what is a bad land? How did you define what is a good land and what is a bad land? I saw a beautiful answer of the Ktav Sofer. Ktav Sofer is Rabbi Avraham Shmuel Sofer. He born in what we call Austria. It's Austria of that time. He born around 208 years ago. He was the son of the, what do you call it, Hatam Sofer. Hatam Sofer is Rabbi Moshe Sofer. That was his father. And he said, I'll tell you what Moshe Rabbeinu asking the spy to look. And how is he explained to him to identify if the land is good or the land is bad? What does he say to them? He asked them, look if the land is good or bad. He say, the Ktav Sofer, Rabbi Avraham Shmuel Sofer, say like this. He said, Moshe Rabbeinu tell the spy, look if the land is good. What does it mean if the land is good or bad? That look if the neighbor, the surrounding neighbor, fighting on a land. If there is a fight, that means people will not fight for nothing. That means that the land worth something. Usually people, when they fight, if there is mineral on the land, if there is gas, there is oil, because the other neighbor want that kind of money to pump to this country, because people want to become rich. Say Moshe Rabbeinu, see if the surrounding people around Eretz Israel fighting. If you see that they're fighting, that means that that land is very important. Why? Because it wasn't important, people wouldn't fight, they leave it alone. That's what he say, if it's good or bad. Then Moshe Rabbeinu continued and said to them something very interesting. He asked them, look at the land. Is it a free land? That means the houses, the city are open. they're not surrounding with wall, or they are surrounding with wall. Why does he ask them that? What is the message here? So beautiful commentary. Moshe Rabbeinu actually hinting to the spy. You get used to walk on a wilderness. In a wilderness, everything is open. There is no wall surrounding the city. I want you to look if the city in Eretz Israel is surrounding with walls. If they're surrounding with walls, you know that they're very weak. And the people are not united. Because people that strong, people that united, they don't live surrounding with wall. If you see that they surround with walls, and you know that they're not free, that's giving you two indications. Indication number one, that they're not united. The people in the land of Eretz Israel, they're not united, it's easier to conquer it. If they have walls in the city, that means that they're not strong. Because if they were strong, they wouldn't worry. They're a strong nation, they can fight. Then you have something to worry. But if you see that every city surrounded with walls, you have nothing to worry. And that's what Moshe Rabbeinu asked in this question, in this verse. Moshe Rabbeinu hinting to the children, to the 10 spies, now when you go into the land of Eretz Israel, look if it's a good land or a bad land. People fighting on a land or not fighting on the land. Question number one. Question number two, see, is it surrounded with wall or not surrounded with wall? Are they united or they're not united? That's the indication that Moshe Rabbeinu hinting to the spy, look at those things, and that will give you all the answer regarding the land of Eretz Israel. Now we can understand how we looked at that verse of what it's explained here. Let's move on, with your permission. I would like to move to verse 20. Yes, verse 20. And here there is a very, very strange question that Moshe Rabbeinu asked the spy to look at. Huma haaretz, hashmena hi im raza, hayesh ba'etz im ayin, והתחזקתם ולקחתם מפרי הארץ, והימים ימי ביקורי ענבים. בכבוד.
Right. And how is the land? Is it fertile or is it lean? Are there trees in it or not? You shall strengthen yourselves and take from the fruit of the land.
Rabotai, there is a question that many of the Mefarshim ask. Did you see ever a land that doesn't have tree? Which country, which land, there's no tree growing on it? What is Moshe Rabbeinu asking the spy to look? Hayesh ba'etz im ayin. Is there in the land a tree or it doesn't? What a question. Every land they have tree. So Rashi HaKadosh bring the idea that here it's actually the Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra in page Tetvav Amud Aleph, that means 15 folio 1. There, Hazal explained that Moshe Rabbeinu asked the spy, look at the land. Does they have a righteous man that standing and protecting the land? In the merit of his merit, it's going to be a battle to conquer the land. Eitz is a tree. Eitz haimila mahzikim ba. That means, there is a tree, a man that is a righteous that can protect the land of Eretz Israel that we can conquer? There Hazal explained that it was Job. Job was a righteous man. When the spy entered the land of Eretz Israel, Job died, and everyone gone to eulogize for him and to take their own. We'll explain it on Shabbos and Shaul at Yeshiva College. And Be'ezrat Hashem, if you remind me, I'll explain it in depth. Why suddenly everyone gone out to bury their dead? That's what the spies say. That's on according to the Gemara, Masechet Baba Batra, 15, folio 1. Come al Sheikh HaKadosh. Al Sheikh HaKadosh, Rabbi Moshe al Sheikh. Rabbi Moshe al Sheikh explain it differently. Rabbi Moshe al Sheikh, born in the city of Andripoli. Andripoli, it's a city in Turkey. He born around 516 years ago. And al Sheikh HaKadosh, Se'ari HaKadosh, Rabbi Yitzhak Luri Ashkenazi, that every commentary that he brought, it's one of 73 commentary that the Torah have, al Sheikh HaKadosh. Listen what he said. He said that here Moshe Rabbeinu not asking the spies, look if there is tree or not. After Bnei Israel left Egypt and all the world heard what HaKadosh Baruch Hu done to the Egyptian, how he destroyed the metropolitan of the world, that's Egypt. Now they're heading to where? To Eretz Canaan. That's mean Eretz Israel. The Canaanite and the Amorites saw that. They say, we planted here trees, fruit trees. We done the land. We're going to destroy the land. And we're going to destroy also the tree. We're going to cut up all the fruit tree that the children of Israel are not going to benefit from it. Not only the fruit tree, also normal tree that doesn't give fruit. So they're not going to benefit from the shadow of the fruit or from the wood. They're not going to have any benefit. Moshe Rabbeinu said to the spies, now that we are in a wilderness, go look what's happening. Are they starting to plant again, or they didn't plant the land? That means go and look what the Amorite and the Canaanite doing to the trees, because we need trees to build houses. We need trees to make us warm in winter. Go look, see if those Canaanites destroy, or because we got delayed in a wilderness, they're starting to plant again. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu asked them, say the Rabbi Moshe al-Sheikh. Let's, with your permission, I would like to go to verse 23. And here we see something very, very strange, and we have to understand what's happening. Here the Torah tells us about the spy cutting a branch of grapes. What is the secret with that? Let's read it, and Be'ezrat Hashem will have the wisdom to explain. Vayavohu ad nahal eshkol, vayichritu misham zmora ve'eshkol anavim echad, vayis'u bamot beshnayim, umin harimonim umin hata'anim. Bechavod.
They arrived at the valley of Eshkol and cut from there a vine with one cluster of grapes, and they bore it on a double pole, and of the pomegranates and of the figs.
Okay. What is the secret here? On the pshat of the Dvarim, they gone to the land of Eretz Israel. They brought the fruit that the land of Eretz Israel been blessed on it. And we'll speak about it also. But it says something very interesting. Look what it says. Vayis'u bamot beshtayim. That means two people carry the vine. What's happening? Why do you have to tell me that two people carry the vine? Well, what's the hidush here? What's the hidush? By the way, if you look at the symbol of the Ministry of Tourism in Israel, that's the symbol. Two people walking with a stick with a vine on it. What's the hidush? I saw a beautiful Hidush that the Zohar HaKadosh brings. The Zohar HaKadosh in page 160, folio 2. The Zohar HaKadosh saying, after the spy cut the vine, no one can pick it up. None of the spy can pick it up. Everyone tried, except two, until Yeshua bin Nun came and Kalev ben Yefuneh, and they managed to pick it up and to carry it. The other 10 couldn't pick it up from the floor. Said the Zohar HaKadosh, you know what's happening here? By that, it was already a hint to Kalev ben Yefuneh and Yeshua bin Nun that they're going to enter the land of Eretz Israel. And here the Torah hinting to you, Vayis'u bamot bishnaim, they put two of them, they put the pole on the shoulder and they carry the vine. What do you mean? What's the hidden? To tell you, said the Zohar HaKadosh, that all the other 10 spies couldn't pick it up. Only 2. Who they was? Kalev ben Yefuneh and Yeshua bin Nun. What does it mean? That they're going to enter the land of Eretz Israel. Okay, now we understand. But what's the Hidush here? That means the Hidush here that Kalev and Yefuneh, and the moment that they managed to pick up that vine, they realized that they would be enough to enter the land of Eretz Israel. Come the Ari HaKadosh. Ari HaKadosh revealed to us here a secret. Rabotai, what is the secret? Listen what he said. He said, V'hayamim yemei bikurei anavim. And the days are the days of bikurei anavim. That means it's a time to bring the what do you call it? All the ripe fruit that we do bikurim. I don't know how you say bikurim. Bikurim in Hebrew. I don't know how in English how you say it. Sorry?
We call it the first fruits.
There's a word to bikurim?
No,
no, but bikurim, the word bikurim. No. So he said, Vayamim yebeb bikurim. He said, look what the Torah telling us. What did they brought? They brought grapes. They brought pomegranates. What else?
Figs.
They brought figs. What is that? That's the bikurim that you bring. What is bikurim? Bikurim is the first fruit that grow on a tree or in a field that a day from the 7 species that the land of Israel been blessed. Say Rabbi Yitzhak Luri Ashkenazi Ari HaKadosh. He said, there is here a secret. He said, the spy wanted to discourage the Jewish people to go to the land of Eretz Israel. The mitzvah of Bikurim, it's to discourage the people to go to the land of Eretz Israel. That's mean, what is the rectification of the sin of the Meraglim? Se'ari HaKadosh mitzvat Bikurim. Why? The main purpose of the Meraglim that they didn't want to enter the land of Eretz Israel because they have a gava. They wanted to keep their position. So they discourage the land of Eretz Israel. Se'ari HaKadosh, the mitzvah of Bikurim, it's to encourage entering the land of Eretz Israel. Why? To show you the prosperity of the fruit and the abundance of food that there is in the land of Eretz Israel. Se'ari HaKadosh, from here you learn something extraordinary. What do you learn? Say Rabbi Yitzhak Luri Ashkenazi, he born in Jerusalem 489 years ago. He said that when you have mitzvat bikurim, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu given us the mitzvah of bikurim to bring the first fruit from the 7 species to the Bet HaMikdash, is to do atonement to the sin of the Meraglim. That's on the depths. Here's the sword. Now we can understand the verse. How does it work? How that everything fit together one into each other? Let's go to verse 30. And here we see also something very interesting. In verse 30, the Torah tells us, I'm there, ויחס כלב את העם אל משה, ויאמר, הלא נעלה וירשנו אותה כי יכול נוכל לה. בכבוד.
Caleb silenced the people toward Moshe and said, we shall surely ascend and conquer it, for we can surely do it.
There is a Shelach that Mefarshim asked. Here the Torah tells us, Caleb quietened the nation. Where was Yoshua? Yoshua, why are you not opening your mouth? Only Caleb. Why did Caleb only quieten the nation? And Yoshua kept quiet, didn't say a word. That's the Shelach that's been asked by many Mefarshim. I'm going to bring the opinion of Ari HaKadosh, Rabbeinu Ari HaKadosh. And he says something extraordinary. He said in a previous parsha we read that Eldad and Meidad mitnab'im b'machane. Eldad and Meidad say a prophecy. What was the prophecy? They say that we see that Moshe going to die in the wilderness, and Yoshua bin Nun is going to be the one that's going to enter the Jewish people to the land of Eretz Israel. Say Ari HaKadosh, if Yoshua bin Nun would say we should enter the land of Eretz Israel, you know why Yeshua said that? Because he want to be a leader. Here's the here. You heard what Eldad and Meidad prophecy was. He want to enter the land quickly. You know why he want to enter the land quickly? Because he want to be the next leader. So Yeshua bin Nun was frightened to say a word, say Ari HaKadosh. Why? He was frightened that the nation going to blame him. Listen, this man just won the job. This man not interesting about nothing else. He won the position. That's why he said to enter the land of Eretz Israel, the spy will say. So say Yeshua bin Nun, you know what, in that case, I'll keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say anything. And that's why Caleb ben Yefuneh, he's the only one that talk. What does it mean talk? He quieted the nation and he said to them exactly the opposite what the spies say. That's the reason why Yoshua bin Nun kept quiet, said Ari Kadosh. That no one going to point a finger and say, yes, we know why you want to enter the land. Because you want Moshe Rabbeinu to die. And if Moshe Rabbeinu will die, you're going to be the next leader. That's why you want us to go to the land of Eretz Israel. Yoshua bin Nun said, in that case, I'd rather keep quiet. So they're not going to find any reason to blame me for something that I'm not even planning. Now we can understand why Caleb quietened the nation towards Moshe Rabbeinu. I would like to conclude in chapter 15, verse 38, with the mitzvah of tzitzit. Every year I bring a different hidush, and this year I want to bring a different hidush completely, and we'll do gematria, because I promised my friend Jeff that we'll do gematria. Let's go to verse 15, chapter 15, verse 38, and look here what it said. Chapter 15, where is it? Yeah, I'm there. Chapter 15, verse 38. Verse 38, yeah. And look what it said. Here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Moshe Rabbeinu, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית, על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת.
Speak to the children of Israel, Hashem speaking to Moshe, speak to the children of Israel and say to them that they shall make themselves tzitzis on the corners of their garments throughout their generations. And they shall place upon the tzitzis of each corner a thread of turquoise wool.
Okay. What is a turquoise wool? Just to tell you, it's a special snail that in the olden days they knew that that snail have a turquoise color, that they used to take it and they used to put it on a string. Today we don't know. No one knows where is that snail. You can't find it. It's in the sea, we don't know. Okay. But the Torah here tells us regarding the mitzvah of tzitzit. Just towards the end of the parsha, if you look, the Torah tells us about the mitzvah of tzitzit. And I would like to do with you gematria, but first I'm going to bring Torah Shebe'al Peh, the oral Torah. And Chazal tell us in a Gemara in Masechet Nedarim, in page 25, folio 1. Chazal tell us, Shkula mitzvah tzitzit keneged kol mitzvot HaTorah. What does it mean? Chazal in a Gemara in Masechet Nedarim 25, folio 1, tell us that the mitzvah of tzitzit equivalent to all the 613 mitzvot that there is in the Torah. That's the Gemara, Masechet Nedarim 25, folio 1. Chazal said that there is here a hint to us. There is a hint to us. Listen to that. What is the hint? He said, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu given us the Torah, how many mitzvot he given us? 613 mitzvot. Say the Mefarshim like this. Rashi HaKadosh explained it beautifully. Rashi HaKadosh say, if you take the word tzitzit, do gematria of tzitzit, Tzadik is 90, Yud is 10, 10. 10 and 90, 100. Again, Tzadik and Yud, again 90 and 10, 100, 200. Taf is 400. What is it giving us? 600. Say Rashi HaKadosh, come, I'll show you how you get to Taryag mitzvot. He say, if you take the 8th string that there is on a tzitzit, and you take the 5 notes that you do on a ptiliot, 5 plus 8, 13, plus 600, 613, Taryag mitzvot. What Chazal telling us in the Gemara in Masechet Nedarim, Shkula mitzvat tzitzit, keneged kol HaTorah kula. That means when you wear a tzitzit, that mitzvah is like you fulfill all the mitzvot in the Torah. Here's the remes. What is else the Torah tried to teach us? We know that mitzvah tzitzit, it's a mitzvah that only men obligate for it. And he benefit for it. It's a protection. It's to save a person from bad food, protection, physical protection. I saw a beautiful hidush from the Ben Ish Hai. The Ben Ish Hai, Rabbi Yosef Haim. Rabbi Yosef Haim wrote a book that called Ben Ish Hai. The Ben Ish Hai is it's a halacha book with Kabbalistic, with mystical. In Parashat Bereshit, he says something very interesting. In the first year, he took the book and he split it according to Parashot, and he split it to 2 years, the first year and the second year. And the fifth year, in Parashat Bereshit, in verse 4, he says something extraordinary. Listen to that, Rabotai, and tell it to the wife. He said like this. He said that mitzvah tzitzit, it's obligation for the male. The woman, the female, not obligate. But how is the female get benefit from the tzitzit? He said when the wife wash the tzitzit, when she separate the string, okay, when she wash the husband's tzitzit, when she wash the children's tzitzit, and she iron it, and she stretch the string, she become a member, okay, and she get benefit of the tzitzit, the same like a man. That means whatever the man get benefit from the tzitzit, the wife get by that she clean it. She doesn't have to wear it. Said the Ben Ish Chai, that's the Hidush here. They said that the Hidush here, ואמרת להם ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, forever. You must understand, when the wife washed the tzitzit of the husband and the child, the children, she get the same protection like a husband, the same benefit from that mitzvah that the husband wear. What does it mean? When you wear a tzitzit as a man, it's equivalent to all the 613 mitzvot. There is certain mitzvot that a woman can't do. How did she reach to all of those 613 mitzvot? By that she ironed and she washed the tzitzit. Now you understand the Hidush. Be'ezrat Hashem, that we should all merit to have plenty mitzvot, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will have mercy on us, and will send us in the merit of the mitzvot that we'll do. Mashiach titzkenu speedily in our day. Amen. Ken Yeh Ratzon. Rabotai, I hope that you enjoyed the shiur. It's time for question. Those of you that want to ask question about the parsha, bechavod, please unmute your microphone. Bechavod.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. How are you? Baruch Hashem. Ken, bechavod.
Why is the mitzvah of tzitzit put in the Parashat of Shelach? In this speaks Parashat of Shelach.
Why is the mitzvah been mentioned here? That's what you're asking?
In this week's Parashat.
Okay, so if you look according to the pshat of the Dvarim, in the Torah there is, first of all, the Torah is one long, it doesn't have parshiot. You have to understand. The Torah doesn't have any parashot. It's become much later on that our sages actually separate the parshiot and make it, because en mukdam v'mohar b'Torah. There is no early and there is no late in our Torah. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so it's come to tell you, first of all, that what is the mitzvah of tzitzit? It's to guard the eyes and to guard the heart.
Yeah.
What is the meraglim sin with? The heart and the eyes. They told something that they saw, and the feeling wasn't for Eretz Israel. That's how it's looked to me.
So that's the connection. I saw with the eyes and the heart.
Yeah. And also to stop you, the main idea of tzitzit is to stop you from doing averot. Okay? And they done averot.
Of the Lashon Hora.
נכון. בסדר?
Okay. Thanks. And Latur, the word Latur, it's the similar word to the word Tua in English, to tour the land. It's connected to Latur and Tua.
We spoke about it, I think, 3 years ago in a shiur. Moshe said to him, Shelach lecha anashim v'yaturu. What does it mean v'yaturu? Send you people to tour the land. What does it mean to tour the land? When a person going on holiday, wherever you go, he feel comfortable. He said, tell the spies that they must look at Eretz Israel like they're going on a journey. Look at the benefit of the country. Don't look at the negative of the country. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu already revealing to Moshe Rabbeinu that the spy gonna discourage, they want to discourage the children of Israel from entering the land of Eretz Israel. That's what it's telling. He doesn't say, Shelach lecha meraglim. Shelach lecha anashim, send you a man. V'yaturu. What does it mean v'yaturu? To become a tourist. Look at it when you go into the land of Eretz Israel like a tourist. Don't look at it like a person that's going to settle. Why? Because you're going to look only for the negative. HaKadosh Baruch Hu already hinting here to Moshe Rabbeinu that the spy going to speak Lashon Hara. בסדר, אנטוניו? Pleasure. Any other question? Someone else want to ask question? Bechavod? Bechavod?
Yes, Rav, I have a couple of questions for you, and
I hope that you enjoyed the gematriot.
thank you very much. That's beautiful. Thank you. The parsha starts off saying, which you've just read, that Hashem spoke to Moshe. He never commanded him. He spoke to him. And then it said, send the people out. In Hebrew, it's not quite the same in English, if you please, but it's lecha. It's send out for you.
What does it mean, send out for you? If you want to send them, send them. If you don't want to send, don't send. I need to explain that. Shlach lecha. What does it mean, shelach lecha? Send for you. If you want to send them, it's up to you. You don't want to send them, you're the leader. I'm telling you, don't send them. Because I said that the land of Eretz Israel is a land of honey, milk. There's nothing to worry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
continue.
But then it tells you, Moses sent forth from the wilderness of Paran at Hashem's command. Hashem didn't command him. Hashem said to do it. You know what? You want to send them? Send them. It wasn't a command. Send them. Now it says here, at Hashem's command.
Paran. Yeah. What it was the command? No.
What was the command?
No. What is the command? Beautiful question. What was the command? It said that Moshe Rabbeinu, it said to him that Ish Echad. What it mean Ish Echad? Here it we hinting already that two men going to enter. Aval tishlach nasi b'hem. Don't send some poor people. I'm telling you to send the head of each tribe, the prince of each tribe. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, one other question.
You understand? No. But you understand what HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded in Midbat Paran, send for you, okay, those leaders. Rashi Bnei Israel Emma. They're the leaders. That's what I want you to send. Don't send me every person from the children of Israel.
Okay, that was the command. Okay, thank you. Now, it makes it clear, which you've made clear this evening, Hashem, Moshe put the Yud into Yeshua's name because he was humble and so that he wouldn't be pressured to join the collusion. He wouldn't be pressured, and Caleb, was a strong guy. He had his own made up his own mind. It wouldn't be influenced.
Mentally, he was strong.
Right. So they davened. So Moshe davened for them, but why didn't he not daven for all the leaders? Why didn't he daven for them? They should come back with the right message. Why just
very good? Very good. And I explained that. I explained what Moshe Rabbeinu was worried. Moshe Rabbeinu was worried. You have to understand what Moshe Rabbeinu was worried. Moshe Rabbeinu was worried that if he not going to daven to Yeshua ben Nun, he's going to be in big trouble. Why? Why is he going to be in big trouble? Because Yeshua ben Nun, that's his student. And Yeshua ben Nun, now that he davened for him, okay, he's not going to enter Gehenna. Moshe Rabbeinu say, if I'm going to daven for them, I know that they're going to sin. And if I'm going to daven for them, it's going to cause like they going to bring me down to Gehenna.
Okay.
You understand?
Well, Moshe being the teacher.
That's it. Moshe Rabbeinu, who did he teach? Who was his servant? Yeshua. Yeshua ben Nun was all the time with him. Nachon that Moshe Rabbeinu teach all the children of Israel, but each one of them have a leader, and that leader, is he underneath Moshe Rabbeinu or not? You understand the difference? Moshe Rabbeinu was frightened.
Yes. Yeah.
בסדר?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
כן, כן, בכבוד.
Rabbi, we spoke about the techeles, the turquoise wool. Is
Yes,
that why
yes.
there are many telesim made out of blue?
So some people want to say,
remez.
because it's called tchelet. Tchelet in Hebrew, it's baby blue, the color of the sky. And if you look what they put on the string, it's one long string that it's blue and it's doing the knot over it, okay? So they say that's the techelet, but we know that the color of the techelet, it's a turquoise. How does it work? We don't know. Hazal tell us that Be'ezrat Hashem and the Mashiach come, we're going to find that snail live in a sea, okay? And when you take that snail, you can paint with that thing the string, or with the color of that come from that snail, you can paint the string to make it techelet. בסדר?
Thank you. Just one last question on this point.
בכבוד.
Is this one of the reasons? Is this a reason why the degel, the flag of Israel, is blue? Is it a remez to the tzitzis with the blue techeles?
I'll tell you a secret that the Mekubalim say. Any color blue, okay, is against the evil eye. If you look, many people sell you the thing that the woman put on their hand, the breastplate with the blue eyes, you know, and with the black eyes and the blue surrounding white eyes, you know. Hazal say, the Mekubalim say that the blue, okay, have a remedy against evil eye. Now, I think that all of that come to symbol to protect the Jewish people from the evil eye.
Okay. Let's go. Thank you.
Any other question, Rabota? No? No more question? No. Okay. Rabota, I hope that you enjoyed the show. I really hope that you benefit from it, that when you go this Shabbos, when you're going to read the Parsha, you'll have different idea how to look at the Parsha. And if you look, I spend a lot of time on verse 16, and I've gone in depth into it, and we done completely on one verse, Pshat, Remez, Drash, Sod, and we done Torah Shebichtav, Torah Shebe'al Peh, to us to understand the beauty of our Torah, how much we can learn, and what we learn tonight, it's not even a tip of the sea that we can talk about, just the Yud that Moshe Rabbeinu added up to Yoshua ben Nun. So I hope that you enjoyed the show. Thank you for joining us. I would like to take the opportunity to wish each one of you personally to have Shabbat Shalom. Those of you that want to join us on Shabbos at Yeshiva College, I'm going to take the same Parsha, but I'm going to do it in much more depth, more depth into the Parsha to explain different ideas more in depth on what we explained today. That's going to happen at 4 o'clock at Yeshiva College at the big shul, an hour before Mincha. Those of you that want to join us, that will be great. After Mincha, obviously, we have, after the show, we'll have Mincha and Seudah Shlishit in Yeshiva College. I look forward to those of you that want to come to join us. I look forward to see you all. In the meantime, I would like to take the opportunity to thank you all and to wish you all Shabbat Shalom, and have a beautiful long weekend to all of you. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us.
Amen. Shabbat shalom. Shkoyach.
Shabbat shalom.